Second part of our study guide. Okay, so my question here says the volume of a rectangular prism is 24 cubic units. Henry says the base has to be 6 units by 2 units and the height has to be 2. Kirby says the base has to be 4 by 2 units and the height is 3. Who do you agree with and why? So I'm going to split this up into Henry and Kirby. Show my work for both and then look at it. So here's my information. Did you write down your formulas? So on this test tomorrow, I better see that this is what you're doing. We have to show our work and get into good habits. So let's look. So it is 24. So let's see if they match. So what does Henry say? The base has to be 6 by 2. The base is the length times the width. So 6 by 2, and the height has to be 2. Kirby says the base is 4 by 2, and the height is 3. So let's do 12 times 2, and that does equal 24. This one checks out. Let's do this one. 4 times 2 is 8 times 3. This equals 24. So this has to be checked out. So I'm going to write down that I agree with both. Both dimensions give you a volume of 24. Both of them were right. There's 2 different ways to get there. Okay, let's look about Hydia. I'm not sure however you pronounce that H name. It's going to put her connecting blocks in a box. The base of the box is 8 units across and 4 units deep. So this was the base that was 8 and 4. The box will fit 5 layers. How many cubic units will fit in the box? This is asking how many will fit in. This is asking you to find volume. I have length times width times height, but this problem did not use those words. That's okay. The base of the box is 8 units across. I'm going to put that as the length, and 4 units deep, because this is what the base is. Layers is the same as height. Height is the same as layers. Okay, so 8 times 4 is 32. 32 times 5 is, I could use my calculator, but I know 30 times 5 is 150. And I know 2 times 5 is 10. So I think it's going to be 160. 150 plus 10. Let's check. Yep, 160. So how many cubic units will fit into the box? 160 units cubed will fit in the box. All right, let's look at number 10. Chordaza, some names I'm not sure how to pronounce today, was making lemonade for a party. The box with sugar cubes has a number of cubes worn off, so she couldn't read it. She knew each sugar cube was 1 cubic centimeter. When Chordaza measured the box, it had a height of 3, width of 5, and a length of 4. How many cubes fit in the box? So it had a height of 3, a width of 5, a length of 4. So what is this telling us? They're just saying each box is equal to 1. So this is kind of extra information that I don't really need. 20 times 3. 20 times 3 gives us 60. How many cubes were in the full box? 60 cubes were in the full box. So why didn't I say centimeters cubed? Because it didn't ask the volume, it asked how many cubes. So that's the way I needed to answer it. Kelly's neighborhood swimming pool in the swimming pool is in the shape of a rectangular prism that has a volume of, so the volume is 1,080 cubic feet. She knows it's 9 feet long, 10 feet wide. The depth of the entire pool is the same. Kelly knows if the pool is greater than 10, she can dive in. Is Kelly's pool deep enough for her to dive in? I'll write my formula. Okay, so I wrote my formula. Let's plug in what I know. The volume is 1,080, 9 feet long, 10 feet wide. This is what I'm trying to find out. So 9 times 10 is 90 times something. So how do I find this missing one? I have to find the opposite. I have to do the opposite of multiplication, so I need to divide. 1,080 divided by 90. So I'm going to punch that in. 80 divided by 90. So it gave us 12. So Kelly knows if it's greater than 10. Is her neighborhood pool deep enough? Yes, because the depth is 12 feet. My proof is the work. Okay, what could be the dimensions of a rectangular prism that has a volume of 48? So here's what I know. This is my 48. Okay, so I have to figure out some numbers that go in here. So I'm going to look at the factors of 48. What numbers go into 48? I know 1 and 48. I know 2 and 24. I know 3 and 16. 4 and 12. 6 and 8. So I have to find some of these numbers that multiply together. So let's try, I'm going to write a 3 and a 4. I just picked some. I didn't want to pick too large because then I'd have nothing left. So 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 times what will give us 48? So I could figure that out if I didn't already know that fact by doing the opposite. 48 divided by 12. 4. So this was centimeters, so I could have 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters. I could have picked another one. It could have been 6 by 2 by 4. 6, 2, and 4. I could have had 2, 2, and 12. I have lots of solutions that could have worked. They just have to multiply together to give you 48. So guess and check.